What you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Bet I'm in the break room. What you doing? What you doing? What we doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.
Welcome to Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. This is the fastest growing podcast, and we invite you to join the discussions with us. Look, it ain't no rules in the break room. This is where you let your feelings be known and your thoughts be heard. Think about it. At the job, in the break room, that's where everybody let loose, kick it, and be themselves. So that's what we want you to do. Let loose, kick it, be you in the break room. This is our platform to help move the culture forward together with our knowledge, experiences, which can influence and strategize to make a difference. But sometimes that require a little ratchetness, a little arguing, and being open-minded. Spread the word about Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. Follow us on all social media. Let loose, kick it, be you, and let's hop into today's show. This is Big Bink's Break Room Podcast.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. On a Tuesday, Big Bink Show, Big Bink's Break Room Podcast, Media Room 360, the newest streaming network in America. We have all kind of shows, all kind of programming for you and your mama, your sister, your auntie. Family affair over here, baby. Hope you had a great day. Hope work was cool. Hope school was cool. Man, I got a question for you. Parents out there. Do you go to your kids' games if they're involved in sports or do you go to games? If you have kids that's active in sports, have you ever, when I say ever, I mean ever. Have you ever seen them parents out there that be doing too much with their kids? For example, kids shoot the ball, miss it. Maybe he missed a layup by himself. Dad in the crowd going crazy, hollering at the kid, walking over there to the bench, hand in his face, just doing too much. You got mamas who at the football games, and you know what? I was guilty of this too, but I was mad because my son wasn't playing. That's why I was mad. But you got parents that say, "Hey, get over here." They in the huddle or whatever on the bench and they had messed up, and you over there. Well, why you do that? Parents doing too much. Like, when is too much? Too much? Should parents just sit down and not be allowed to congregate with their kids? I mean, think about it. When you at work, your son don't be coming up there, your daughter don't be coming up there and say, "Hey, Mom, I want to ask you." They might call, but they're not coming up there interrupting you at the job. So should parents kind of take heed to that as their kids try to grow in their sport? Now, I've seen the worst and I've seen the best, but lately, I've seen some parents that's just doing too much. Like, you embarrassing your kid crying, you got him hemmed up at the neck talking about you better straighten your face in a game, and turn around and go out there and try to produce for a team and try to win. after you done embarrassed him in front of the whole city or whoever at the game. Let me bring in Shawnee in action on this because I'm seeing this a little bit too much, and football season ain't even started back yet. But my son, he's practicing. My daughter, she do high school cheer and that competitive cheer, and it's very intense. And I've seen the best and the worst in both sports at both games. So we all got kids who are active in sports. So Shawnee, I'll start with you. Is it parents out there that just do too much? Are you tired of seeing that? Do you want to go up there and just have a word with them?
Well, in track, I don't see it. The team that they're with now, the club that they're with now, and we just, I trust my kids' coach, so I just let them coach them. And if something is wrong, if they start crying or say they hurt, they can't come to me. I tell them, you can't come to me because you're with your coach. I'm there so I can see what's going on, but they need to learn how to communicate with their coach and trust their coach and, trust that their coach is going to do the best thing for them. So in that sense, in track and field, no, I don't see it. Now, when they play basketball, that was a different story. Yeah, we had, and I was one of them parents that was in the stands hollering at my child, telling her to, get the ball, be more aggressive, go after it. But anything that she did, anything that either one of them did, I never went up to them, during the game if they made a mistake or something and said you need to do the, because they're developing. It's fun. But I do remember one game, Carly stole the ball, took off for the fast break, but she's not a very good dribbler. She doesn't dribble very well. She the fastest one on the team running wise. She threw the ball all the way down the court to her team's goal, but nobody was down there.
Oh.
I said, what are you doing? And when I said that, she took off, she ran down there, caught the ball, made a shot. So she basically threw the ball to herself.
I was about to say she threw the ball to herself. That's traveling, ain't it?
No, she threw it down the court. She threw it down the court and took off after it. When it got her ball, made the shot. Wow. I said, well, I guess she was throwing to herself. Okay.
Action! You got both your daughters play highly competitive volleyball, man. So, what are you seeing on the court?
Oh, we get it all the time, every game. I haven't been to a tournament, and my daughters are teenagers now, both of them, but they've been playing since they were like 6 and 7. They started at age 6. So, I see it every game. So it happens because parents get mad. They'll the ref will make a call, or what it is in volleyball. I'll put it this way: like they have 2 official refs. Sometimes they have 2 official refs, in which the one is at the top of the net and one's at the bottom of the net. But they have parents now that are what are called line judges. One's on one side of the court, one's on the other side of the court. And usually you have a parent from each team. Mm-hmm. So what you do as a line judge is like if the ball's in or out, you call it. So like if the ball's hit out, you raise up the flag and you say the ball is out. And then the other side gets a point. Man, and if you're a parent and you line judging and you get that call wrong or you call it out and some of the parents think it was in and it's a tight game, oh yeah, you about to hear some stuff come out the crowd. It's about to be on and popping. But I just sit back and watch it and I listen to those parents because it gets funny to me because I'm like, first of all, my thought on anything is it's just a game. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't be competitive. Everybody wants to win, but at the end of the day, it's just a game. And when you hear the parents talking like they're talking and acting like they're acting, and then you have no wonder why these kids have attitudes and get all mad and upset because it sounds like they got a lot of pressure at home.
Well, half of it is for these parents going in on each other, not on the refs and on the coaches and even on the players. this football and this basketball, it ain't free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if your kid is playing in an organized league, and you paying all these hundreds of dollars, paying for these uniforms, paying for these shoulder pads, paying for these
shoes,
gym shoes,
equipment,
and
I'm
like hundreds.
And your kid ain't playing. I understand. I remember I was at a football game last year. Dude's son wasn't playing. That dude went on the field, on the sideline, got his son, like, let's go. Like, he straight took him. He took him off the bench, and they went home.
No.
And I don't blame him.
I wanted to do that at BJ game. That game we came to, and they started yelling at BJ. BJ was tackling one person, and the other person got by, and they started yelling. I wanted to go down there and I wanted to Kirk Franklin them coaches and take my little nephew and tell them what they could do. It is. I really did. Like, I was mad.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy with his season last year.
At volleyball, you sign contracts. Like, the players actually sign a contract with the team, and in the contract, it states like your playing time is not guaranteed. So
really,
yeah.
I'm like Kathy, for $200 in youth football, I can say what I want to say. $200 is cheap.
Yeah,
$200,
I might sit down and be quiet.
Yeah, that might just be one fee, though. I'm sure they had some more fees other than that. $200.
I
might have been just for signups.
Yeah, inside, we pay over $10,000 a year for both of my daughters, and that doesn't even count the travel that they got to do for out-of-state tournaments, which are like 4 or 5, and then it doesn't count a lot of other stuff that goes on with that. So the minimum for us since the age of 6 has been like $10,000 a year.
Wow.
Oh, I need to start a volleyball team.
Yeah, no, you ain't lying. That cheer world ain't no joke either, dog. They got to pay for breathing. If they breathing while they practicing, you got to pay. You got to pay for the air in the gym. You got to pay to walk in there. You got to pay to cheer on their carpet. You got to cheer to use the bathroom. I mean, you got to pay to use the bathroom. I mean, it's ridiculous how much that cheer world is, man. It's ridiculous. Them owners living nice, though, them big old houses. Everybody smiling. That's why they be so happy, because they getting that money. Hopefully,
I mean, and I can understand like why people get upset, because they are paying a lot of money for this, and then you don't want your daughter to be losing, and you're paying all that money. But again, it's like, it's not about that. It's never been about that for us. I mean, it's something that our daughters wanted to do. We wanted to invest in it. And it's an opportunity for them if they want to go to college to play college volleyball, because usually most girls that come out of that select league do end up getting a scholarship. So,
it's a select team. I didn't know that. Select team, and they travel all over Texas, or
my daughter just came back from Florida for last week, and they had a tournament in Florida, and they got
they travel all over the country. Okay,
yeah, they got one coming up. One coming up in Vegas, so it's like they travel all over. Colorado.
Kathy said that was their registration uniform and cleats in the TYFA league. TYFA.
Yeah.
That's a good price then. $200.
That's a good price. They take girls.
I pay $300 a month just for training.
Yeah, see, it ain't no joke.
I don't even want to talk about how I'm all
and then
over here.
You got to buy the shoes every 6 months. They got to get a new pair of running shoes, and then their spikes. I have to buy new, and then they lose it. Sometimes when they run, the little spike comes out, so you got to buy more of those. Tamron is a thrower, so I have to buy her a spear. Her shoes are different.
Wait, what you mean she's a thrower? What are you talking about?
She throws a shot put.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah,
that's a sport. I mean, I know it's a sport, but kids do that too.
Yeah,
she been doing that since she was 8.
Yeah, track and field, they got to cover it.
Track and field. Oh, okay, that is part of track and field. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. I get this picture of this big old. Usually them people be real big and muscular. I remember it was some girl. I think she held the record for the farthest, because they put it on their neck, right, and then they turn around, and then they throw it off their chin, right.
Well, yeah, kind of. That's the movement. But yeah, Tamron found that there's a black lady here in the Metroplex that won the gold throwing the shot put.
That's her. She a big girl, ain't she?
She does the
Dark skin.
camp. Yeah, she's dark skinned. She's
That's
thick.
her.
She's solid.
That's her. Then that's what
Yeah,
I'm talking
Tamron
about.
found her and emailed her and
How
asked
dope
if she
is
could wear
that?
her
She
camp.
answered?
Yeah,
Good for her.
yeah, she replied back to her. So I mean, they have
You gotta get her on
Tamron
the
does.
podcast.
She has to do.
Put her neck on the
Tamron has to
podcast.
do 150 push-ups per practice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she does. Like, I be wanting to get over there and work out with her, but I'm like, oh, I know I would punk out. Her coach does a really good job with her. She has to run too.
Yeah.
She still got to run, but it's a lot of upper body, upper strength. So I say, Tam gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay. Somebody gonna try to bully her, and they not gonna know. They ain't gonna see it coming.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna see it coming. I'll be like, wait a minute. You taking a picture of us?
I am actually recording our show.
I was actually applauding Shawnee's political correctness there, and it was so smoothly put. Because Bink kept saying she a big girl, huh? No, and Shawnee said, no, she thick. Just kind of slid that in.
No,
Yeah,
what I mean by big,
she's not big.
She got a bunch of muscles. She got a bunch of muscles. I remember her. That's what I'm talking about.
When you say big girl, though, people go.
I got my headphones on.
Yeah, people gonna hear like big.
Camera. But she I remember she had a bunch of muscles when I seen her. I was like, God.
Yeah. Yeah, usually do because I mean that shot put ain't light.
Now Tamron practices. Well, Tamron practices with a 10-pound, but when she goes to competition, she's gonna have to throw with a 6-pound.
How many pounds is a bowling ball? About 8 pounds?
Well, different sizes. Yeah. You get 5, 4. You can get all kinds of sizes bowling ball. So the same thing with the spear. The spear, that's what it's called. The shot put ball. It's a spear.
That's shaped like a plate, right?
No, that's the discus. She throws the ball.
Oh,
the shot put. It's a spear. So her PR is 24 feet. She did 24 feet with a 6-pound ball.
Is that good?
Yeah,
that's damn good for her age. Yeah,
you talking about throwing 6 pounds, 24 feet?
I don't even think I can do that.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. You get to throw it like this? Oh no, you gotta put it off your chin. Oh yeah, mine ain't going nowhere then. I gotta throw it like that.
Yeah, her PR is 24 feet. So she practices with a 10-pound. But she might be at an 8-pound ball that she has to throw. But I know the spear that we have her is not the right one.
Yeah, the one in the Olympics is even larger than that, I believe, for those bigger athletes that are throwing that ball shot put like that for the guys too. So girlfriend here, I mean the push-ups will help, upper body will help all the time. And most females are weak on the upper body too. And I always tell my girls to get faster on their swing on volleyball. I mean, you got to do push-ups. You got to knock their push-ups out.
Yeah, so she has to do 150 per practice.
She's killing me. I'm gonna have to go work out with my niece.
That's what that is. Well, shout out to all the parents that's going the extra mile because at the end of the day, you taking a chance. It's a risk. It's a risk that they get hurt. It's a risk that all this time and all this money ain't going to amount to nothing. What I mean by that is they're not going to be in the NBA. They're not going to be in the Olympics. I'm just saying there's a possibility, but I'm shouting out to you parents because you don't care. You taking that chance and you keeping them engaged and you keeping them in shape, actually, and it's helping their personality as they get ready for this thing called life. Because I ain't gonna lie, Shawnee, when my wife come talking about, well, we got to buy so and so, my mouth turned up. I love here. I'm like, damn, man, we just paid so and so. You know what I'm saying? But then you don't want your kid to be the only one on the team with the schmuck shoes. You know what I'm saying? The scuff marks on them and stuff. So you got to go ahead and buy them some more.
I had to go through that too. Like as an athlete myself, I played football, and if my parents,
and grandparents,
if my parents saw me play one down of football, you guys saw me play one down of football, and I played all through high school, and it's like they never encouraged or wanted me to get involved in that kind of sport. So that's why I'm totally active in my daughter's sports and in what they do, because I know as an athlete, it would have turned my world around if my parents would have been involved in the sport like I'm involved in my daughter's sport. Because I mean, if they would encourage me to play football or encourage me to uh, do better in the sport, because I had no guidance. If I wanted to get to practice, I had to walk or catch.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had to walk. And like I said, they never came to any of my games, and not that I'm mad at them about that, or is they just weren't into that. And I wanted to play sports for my high school. So, but they were like, they really weren't into it. So again, there are parents like that too, though, and there's nothing wrong with that. But again, I see the importance of it, though, and I felt as a grown person, I was like, I got to make my daughters every game. I get them to every practice, make sure they get there and get back, and I try to attend most of the games that I can. Because I know the importance of not doing it, not being there. So again, big up all the parents out there that are supporting their kids and doing the things. Just calm down at the games.
Because you got
grandparents and aunties.
Exactly. It's a whole support system, because you got some parents trying to live. Hear me when I say this, trying to live through their kids.
Through their kids.
Like, trying to make them do stuff, and then that's when it's a problem. So recognize those signs. If you want them to play ball and they want to play golf, let them play golf. Quit hating. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of golf, Tiger Woods is in the news again.
What did he do?
Tiger Woods just signed a big deal with EA Sports for the PGA golf game.
Yeah, the Tiger Woods golf game. I got it. Mm-hmm. I always play that. I play it. Man, I play on the Tiger Woods golf game on PlayStation. I got it on PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm happy for Tiger that somebody's reaching out to him to help him make some more money and not take no money from him.
So he already at the crib. I mean, he walking again. He good.
I don't know if he's walking, but he can sign that paperwork. He signed that contract. His hands work.
Yeah, his hands work. Yeah, I don't think he's walking yet. I think he's probably, if anything, he's probably bedridden. And if he's up and about, I would probably guess he might be in a wheelchair or some kind of assistance right there, because the way the brakes went, he's not walking around right now.
Damn. Hey, Lucy, how you doing? Lucy and Kathy checking in as usual. How y'all doing? And we'll stay in the sports world because some more sports news broke today with LeBron James. Now, LeBron James is 36. The rumor is he's going to stay around in the league until his son is eligible to play in the NBA. We don't know what that looks like. Right now, his son, they call him Bronny, he plays on a select team out there in California. And Dwayne Wade's son is on this team. There are some other superb athletes on this team. They got a show called Top Class. And these dudes is traveling the country like they the Los Angeles Lakers. They go to China, Australia. They go all over the country. Now, the series is really good because you learn about them and you see how their world is. They getting off the plane. It's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of fans out there by the plane. You know how they do when the NBA team get off the plane and they'll be by the fence. That's what it's like when they get off the plane in all these countries. You know what I'm saying? And it's just amazing what these kids have to deal with. Now, we talked about mental health a couple of weeks ago. I can't imagine the level of pressure that these kids must be under, because they got to win. And in the show, in the various episodes, it'd be some games that they lose. They get hands put on them. You know what I'm saying? And so, to be the coach, because if you're the coach, you got to make sure LeBron's son play and make sure Dwayne Wade's son play, and just juggling that whole thing. So big up to the coach for that. But there's some other great players on the team too. But the reason why I brought it up is because LeBron James, when you compare him to Michael Jordan, and this is a comparison that will always be made until the next LeBron James comes around. So when Michael Jordan left, the next Michael Jordan was LeBron James. So the next LeBron James, we don't know who that is. We see some glimpses of who it could be in the NBA today. But LeBron James has cemented another deal that's going to keep his pockets nice and moist, probably throughout 2096. This dude ball part of the Boston Red Sox. I didn't know he was a Red Sox fan. I thought he tried to get the Cleveland Indians or the Los Angeles Dodgers. He went and bought he's part owner of the Boston Red Sox. So shout him out for that.
Nothing wrong with that, yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. Again.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a smart move, though. Business-wise, it's just a smart move.
Yeah, I mean, people put that comparison up there. Mike went and got the Charlotte Hornets, and he played and owned part of the Wizards. But the fact that, LeBron is so active when it comes to social engagement and social justice, and him with the school and him speaking out, about crazy stuff that's happening, him being one of the ringleaders, when kneeling and making decisions on what the players should do as a whole to stand unified in the NBA when they see all this racial oppression happening out here and everybody else turning their head like ain't nothing going on. LeBron speaks on that, and I see other players that follow suit and, fell in line. LeBron speak on it. They feel comfortable speaking on it too. So I think that's super duper amazing. Maybe the Cowboys can learn something from LeBron and that whole thing about speaking out and not being worried what the massa got to say. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. They don't want to mess that check up.
Well, no, the NFL is just a different league. It's way different, way more controlled than the NBA is, and really, it's like the NBA is more run by the players. Like LeBron,
yeah, it appears that way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the players, the NBA players really are in charge of the NBA and what they do, and the NFL is not. The NFL is the owners are in charge of what happens with the NFL. And there's nothing wrong with that. They own the NFL. They can do whatever they want to. It's their business. But with that being said, the NFL players really don't have a voice like that. If they did, then Cap would still be playing.
Now, let me tell you what's crazy. You're right. You got dogged right about that, Action Jackson. Let me tell you something to your point. The black percentage of athletes who play in the NBA is 74.2%. Mm-hmm. So that's more than half of the league is African-American black. I ain't talking about people of color. I'm talking about just strictly black people.
Black people.
So black people run the NBA. And when it comes to teams and the fact that that kind of balances out with their position on things that happen that they can speak out on. I mean, that makes sense. 74% of the damn league is black. It's affecting black people. They need to be talking about it, and the NBA need to be supporting it.
Yeah.
Can you guess the percentage of black athletes in the NFL? Just take a guess. Maybe you might know. Just take a guess.
I would say 96.3.
Not quite that much.
It's got to be at least 80 or above. It's got to be 80 or above.
It's 68.7%.
Wow.
However,
it's what? 68.
68.7. Yeah.
We'll go 69 just for the freaks out there.
There you go. But you got to think about, the quarterbacks and certain positions of straight white people. But
we were all wrong, Billy.
My point is they have just as much clout in that league to say something. They are they're the majority of the league, but it still ran a certain way to Action's point. And they just need to just pay attention to what's happening in the NBA. It's almost like they scared.
Yeah, they would and they should. You would think so. But again, the owners have such a tight control over their product.
There you go. Because it ain't no black owners. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So and again, it's a club that you can't get into because I've always had this discussion with a lot of friends. Like people like, well, we should start our own league and we should do our own thing or we should get our own team. But have to. But the NFL again is a group. You can't just say I'm gonna start my own team and then I'm gonna be a part of the NFL. You can't do that. They gotta allow you in. They gotta vote you in. It's a business, and so
It's a process. You're exactly
yeah,
right, Action.
yeah. So they can't.
But I
You
don't
can't just do
understand why they can't just start their own league. Why can't they just start their own league and
Like the BFL, Black Football League.
No,
Yeah.
because again, if you do that, you have to know where the NFL power comes from. That it comes
Thank you,
from the
Lucy.
media. That comes from the media. So then you'd have to get down with the media, and you think like the NFL is going to give up that control that they have over the media empire
And the sponsors. And the
I mean,
sponsors.
well, but you got a new way. Me and Bink just had a call about this. So there's other ways. That's the broadcast. That's with traditional TV. Now we got a whole line of streaming platforms.
Yeah, but the streaming platforms got to pay though, because again, the money a lot of the NFL money comes from the media rights and the advertising dollars and stuff like that. That's why it costs you $5 million to put on a 1-minute ad in the Super Bowl. So it's like the audience and all this other stuff, and then you got to have deep pockets. You gotta have. It's gonna take more than 1 or 2 billionaires to start a brand new league. I mean,
you had one person risk it all and dismiss himself from the league. I'm talking about Colin Kaepernick. I mean, he risked it all, his job, all that. And I was hoping other people would have been more of a voice. And I get it; they scared, they don't want to lose that money. They got to provide. I get that. But I mean, I can't dictate nobody's pocket. So however they move, that's how they move. The NFL tried to have these little sayings, and it takes a team, and it does this and does that, and so and so. And my brother got shot, and we started this thing, that commercial. I forget dude that played for the Cardinals. I don't know if it was his brother, but anyway. Yeah. When these people are still getting killed on these streets, I don't see the NFL doing nothing. I'm talking about these little commercials and stuff, that's cool. But I don't see them giving no money to nobody's family. I don't see no owners going over there and having a seat and talking to the police chief about how they can help. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I don't see it. And I figure if it was happening, it would be publicized,
Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of players do stuff. I think if they weren't so contractual, because they do like a lot of collective bargaining and stuff like that, I believe if they would have stuck together as a unit, that 60+% when Callan got kicked out, I think that could have done something. You know what I'm saying? Like if all of them would have got together and said, like, if he don't play, we not gonna play.
Oh man, that would have been beautiful.
Yeah, that might have worked. But if you got one chink in the armor, that's gonna be some weak armor. And see, that's the beauty about LeBron, because see, LeBron is such a face for the league, and everybody recognizes in the league that he's probably the best player in the league. If he says something and he pulls the troops together and say like, "Yo, man, we need to do this," then that's how the NBA moves. You know what I'm saying? Like if they follow that lead, but you didn't have no leader in the NFL that said, or black leader that said, "Yeah, let's get Caps back." So
great point. Yeah. You're checking out Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. This is where you kick it and be yourself. Your comments, our thoughts, our stories, we come together, we push forward the culture, we make solutions. The app is ready to be downloaded for your friends. And,
sure is.
I know everybody who is watching the platform now has it. Hopefully you're watching it on the Media Room 360 app. But we just need you to spread the word. Like I say this all the time. I need to put this post up. I got 1,100 friends that believe in this podcast. 1,100 friends. That's according to the likes we got on the page. 1,100 friends. The problem is I got 5,000 friends on Facebook. I got 8,000 friends on Twitter. So why is that 1K not a 15K? And if you don't believe in what we're doing, just say, "Nah, I can't support that Bink." And I'll be good. At least I know it take half of a second to like something.
Yeah.
But I understand that's your time. I can't make you do something on your time. So I'm just encouraging you to tell somebody, hey, y'all need to download this app. You know, it's this show, and Bink, Shawnee in Action, they do a show every night, and just check out the actual channel and check out the different shows that we have. And if you have any ideas, if you hate it, if you love it, hate it or love it, the underdogs on top. Or something. But if you hate it or love it, let us know. DM us. You know, we're very accessible, but we just need you to you know, word of mouth. I don't give a damn if you broke as a joke like we are. Word of mouth still works, because if the girl who do your hair burnt your forehead, you gonna tell everybody, and ain't nobody gonna go to her little store no more. You know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
if she tighten them braids up and the braids is off the chain, and then the fuzzy stuff ain't in your hair no more, you gonna tell everybody, because your braids lasted the whole summer. And I just saw what Billy wrote, Tulsa, Oklahoma, representing 33 in the building. Drew Brees retired. Give Colin Kaepernick that job. They're gonna give it to Jameis Winston. But it's so.
Drew Brees retired? Wow, I've been out of the loop.
Yeah, Jameis Winston, the backup quarterback, will probably end up getting that black dude. Used to go to Florida State. But there was so many openings in the NFL this past season and last season. People getting hurt. Dak breaking his foot. Alex Smith, he just came back. Jacksonville Jaguars needed a quarterback. So Detroit needed a quarterback. They just traded.
Yeah.
Dallas needed a quarterback.
Indianapolis needed a quarterback before they traded Carson Wentz. And
yeah, there was multiple opportunities where somebody could at least put him on the practice squad to get him back integrated to the NFL life. There were so many opportunities, and there was opportunities that were missed for sure. And you know, the NFL is like I said, it's just a different animal.
Yeah,
we gotta get my friend Big Nate on here talking about that situation though.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be good to hear what he got to say about that. But yes, a lot of stuff.
Might be listening.
What up, Big Nate? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in sports today. What's his name? Just got a new crib, as if she need another one. Old girl Rihanna.
Serena? Oh, Rihanna.
Yeah, Rihanna got a new mansion, $13.8 million.
Oh, that's nice. Congratulations to her.
Serena got a new crib too?
Oh no, I was just guessing. I don't know what's going on. I'm delirious over here.
Yeah, $13.8 million must be nice.
Yeah, get that. And, you know, if you gotta get it, that's what I say. You only live once. If you live twice, ain't nobody came back and told me. So go ahead and get it.
What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts on this whole Sharon Osbourne and Whoopi Goldberg exchange? Are you all familiar?
I'm not familiar. I know that Sharon has been trending for something she said about the Queen, and I don't know.
So basically, go ahead, Action.
No, I was just saying she just went in the wrong direction.
She went off on Whoopi?
No, she just.
Did I say Whoopi? I meant to say Cheryl Underwood. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Cheryl Underwood.
Because I was gonna say she came for the wrong one. She
she was chiming in on the wrong side of that Meghan Markle interview with Oprah. That's all. She was just on the wrong side of history.
It was actually Pierce. What's his name? What's the English
Pierce
dude
Morgan.
name? Pierce Morgan. So he was being interviewed by somebody, and she asked him about the Duchess, and he wasn't trying to hear it. And I guess she asked him again about something else, and he got up and walked off the set. Now, what we found out later is, evidently, I think he was trying to holler, and he took her out somewhere, and that's where she met Harry.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, she was talking to Piers Morgan.
I don't know if she was talking to him. They was just out.
He was just out. He was trying to get in her world, and she cut him off. And he's had beef with her ever since.
Yeah, and so he be talking bad about her, but he came off racist because he down and everything the interviewee was saying to him, and so Cheryl Underwood was like, Pierce Morgan, and I was very surprised too. Like, dude, you coming off racist? And Sharon, in her voice from London, says, "I don't understand what you mean, Cheryl. Educate me on the problem with Pierce. He's done nothing wrong." Cheryl was like, it wasn't the 89, it wasn't the 1996 Cheryl. It was a pretty much grown up, mature 2021 Cheryl Underwood. she basically said, it just resembles hints of hidden racism that we still deal with. Well, today, if this wasn't a black chick, the passion of him condemning her wouldn't be as much. And basically she was like, no, Pierce Morgan, good. And so they had an argument. I think they went to break. CBS is now investigating the whole thing.
Oh my God.
Lawyers are involved. She was on Entertainment Tonight. Sharon Osbourne was on Entertainment Tonight today. I don't know her. I don't know what she was talking about because I didn't watch it. But all I know is she lucky she didn't get that Cheryl Underwood from 92, 93.
Yeah. She would have got a full plate.
Yeah.
she was looking for a meal. She would have got a full plate with Cheryl Underwood on that one. Yeah, I mean, it's just they put the show on pause too. So
really?
Yeah, they put the
show got that serious.
Yeah, it got real. I mean, because real talk. I mean, I think honestly, we could take it back to this because it's relevant. I think after the George Floyd situation, people realized really for the first time in that 9 minutes and whatever it took for him to lose his life.
8:46.
That we were telling the truth.
Ooh.
We've been telling the truth. Like, it's not a joke. I mean, they saw all the stuff about the other black people who get shot. They saw Eric Gardner, all this other stuff. They saw the young man, what's his name?
Philando Castile, Alton Sterling, Tamir Rice. We can go on and on.
Rice. Yeah, we go on. They saw all that, but it didn't capture them until they had to pause and watch this man die. Because all those other things seemed to happen quickly. This was almost 9 minutes you had to watch a man lose his life. And the smug face the police officer had on him when he was doing it.
Right, and the ones protecting him.
Yeah, and the ones around him.
Yeah, that's why I'm protecting him. Just standing there like ain't nothing going on.
Ain't nothing going on. And then hearing the crowd, the people in the background talking about you killing him, and they didn't even care. They didn't even move. They didn't do nothing. I think at that point, it woke up a lot of people to the realization like, hey, you know what? They might be telling the truth. It might be something going on here. And I believe, like, with that situation, stuff like with Sharon Osbourne and all this other stuff, I mean, these companies, these other people, they waking up to the fact that, hey, black people spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
We gonna have to start respecting them, or they're gonna stop doing business with us. We're gonna have to start respecting them, or we can lose a lot of stuff. Because again, to Shani Yours' point earlier, it's like we could take it someplace else to get our own. We could go someplace else to do our own.
Let me tell you something, man. If I could, I would go back to Africa. If I could, I would go.
I'll take you next time I go.
I mean, I know we put our foot in this country, but I'm saying if somebody came up and said, if Marcus Garvey came back and was like, look, man, I got trillions of acres. We can start our own block. We ain't got to worry about nothing no more. Now, the mixed people, I don't know how they going to do it. I don't know how they going to feel. But, like, if it was up to me and they asked me if I would go, I'm out of here, dog. I'm out of here.
See, the problem with Africa right now, though, on this on Real Talk level, that's on something else. It's really being run by like China and Russia right now, because they invested in the country, not like the United States, and which I never understood. Because if the United States would have invested in Africa, we would have had a foothold in the country that's abundant with gold, diamonds, oil, all kind of minerals, and we never invested in the country because it's an African nation. It's a black country, but the Chinese and the Russians don't see color. The only color they see is green.
Yeah, because they know all that. Yeah, all the original minerals and the original stuff is in Africa.
Yeah, it's in Africa, and so they've invested heavily in that. And it's like you can't go a lot of places in Africa where You can't see a Chinese influence. You can't see a Russian influence, and it is what it is. America really slept on that opportunity to really put a foothold in that country and help out as much as they could.
Yeah, that's a great point. Shawnee, what if they told you it came on TV, Marcus Garvey came back, or maybe it's Louis Farrakhan, I don't know. Somebody, it's a bunch of black people, bunch of black millionaires say, look, on September 15th, 2021, we going back to Africa. We taking all this stuff, X, Y, and Z. And we got the register, blah, blah, get a free ride over there. We done bought the planes. We done bought the boats. We got overextended.
I ain't going back on a boat. I ain't going back on no boat.
We got overextended storage. You can bring your whole house, whatever. I got trillions of acres in Africa. Would you go?
I'd have a lot of questions because while in theory that sounds good, how I'm gonna make a living? You know, what does life look like for my?
Same way you would over here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that's a whole start over.
Yeah,
that's a whole start over. That's a complete start over. Different sets of rules. You know.
Well, I'll do my show from Soleon or whatever.
There's a whole set of laws over there you got to get used to. You know, you can't just.
They're gonna change all that. They're gonna make it Americanized.
Let me juice it up the pot here a little bit, Bink.
Yeah,
let me juice it up the pot in the scenario. How about if they gave every African American in this country $20 million in reparations and said you had to go back to Africa if you took the reparations?
20 million US dollars?
Yeah, US dollars. Would you take the 20 million and go back to Africa?
I'm out of here.
Yeah, because I can make a living. The dollar is more powerful than their
put me by the water
currency.
Start a new town.
Yeah, but if you go to one of the major cities over there, like if you've been to Ghana, I've been to Ghana and stuff like that, and like the bigger countries over there, they're like major cities over here. It's like if you flew into Ghana, you would think you flying in New York or something like that.
Yeah. It's just, it's just the culture shock. I do want to go to Africa, as vacation, but I hadn't really thought about just moving. But Billy said, "Boom, boom, boom, bye, 20 mil, I'm out of here." I could start a Wakanda over there, and my streaming service, I could bring that with me. So.
Yeah, and we could be in Africa right now. We could be talking to somebody in Africa right now, and it wouldn't be no different on this feed right here. Shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm out of here. Taking my truck too.
20 million in reparations, people. 20 million in reparations, and we got to go back to Africa. I guarantee you, all my people on here, all my Capitol rioters, my insurrectionists, that's what it's gonna cost you.
I probably wouldn't even take nothing. Just me, my kids. I leave all this other stuff here.
Man, 20 mil. I ain't taking nothing. I'm taking that 20 mil. 20 mil, and that's it.
That is something to think about, though. I mean, to start over, is it worth it? It'd be worth it for me.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. Give you an example. A few years ago, when me and my dad were going over there a lot, you could build yourself a compound. You could have a compound on the beach. And when I say compound, I mean compound. Wall, have security there, everything else built the way you want to, right on the water. It would cost you less than $1,000, maybe $2,000 a month. You can have a compound, B.
Really?
Yeah.
Man. I'll go over there and DJ.
They still party. They party over there too. They wild out on the party thing.
Yeah, give me all the upcoming artists and all the old school.
Yeah, they do. They have this really cool streaming service there, though. Music. It's like Tidal.
Yeah.
And like the clubs now, I've seen videos from my friends that's been over. You talking about you gonna go DJ at the clubs?
Yeah.
I've seen videos when they went over to visit. It's turned. You could do GGs all over again, man.
Yeah. They wild out. They party over there. They party. Tell you that.
We
right
don't
now.
know how to party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't know
man.
how to party.
You talking about getting sweaty in the club, though? You talking about getting some sweaty in the club partying right there?
It's a good segue. Well, it's a great segue, but it's a horrible story. I ain't gonna spend a lot of time. I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on it because you just have to see this for yourself. I just want to talk about the reaction of this party that was in Chicago.
You're living in the hut, Miss Kathy.
She said they might wash her house out.
Shoot, but Africa got some trees to block that. Africa know how to make that water go another way. But it was a party in Chicago. I don't know if it was this past weekend. It was very recent, but it was listen to this action. It was at a towing garage. A towing garage. That's pretty big. A towing garage. Anyway, I don't know how they got to towing garage, but it was a party. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the party. Use your imagination. And some people came and shot it up, or somebody came and shot it up. The thing that was crazy, because this video was somebody was filming the whole time.
Oh, wow.
There you go, right there.
So
it's very graphic if you hit play.
Every day I'm buffering.
I know. Every day it's buffering. Is that her? Oh, that's the girl from here.
That's probably the
that's Ashley Banfield. She used to be here
on CBS. Yeah, she was fine.
She was on CNN, right? She went to CNN.
Yeah, now she is, but she was on. Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Let's get right to Glenn Marshall, who is live on the scene.
Ooh, look at Glenn.
Glenn looked like he did the shooting.
I know. That's what.
That's funny.
I'm like, wait a minute, look at Glenn. He got on the black OJ gloves. Okay, wait a minute. Let's stop. Because we always be playing. Okay, wait a minute. Here we go. Let's take Glenn serious.
Okay. I'm sorry, Glenn.
Corner of South Chicago Avenue and South Everhart Avenue. Without giving much detail, they do believe there was a party that was happening when the shooting took place. Chicago Fire told us they transported 7 victims with injuries that range from serious to critical condition. The victims appear to be both adult men and women, according to the Chicago Fire Department. They also said it took about 15 minutes to get everyone transported to the hospital, and there were some who drove themselves to the hospital, so there could be more shooting victims. In the end, arriving to the scene and seeing multiple people in the streets with the emotions being very raw, simply saying it was chaotic.
I mean, the scene was very chaotic. Even when I arrived, you could hear the chatter on the radio. It was quite chaotic, and our crews did a tremendous job getting their arms around it. Sorting out the casualties and the victims. We were able to triage, treat, and transport everybody effectively.
So that's the news version, and that's cool. But there's a video that's out there that documented. We the best reporters when we have our phones. Documented the whole thing when they came and shot it up, the aftermath, the carnage, the people shot up. But what was crazy action is the dude who was filming, his demeanor. He was like, yeah, man, just like this. Man, they tripping, man. They just shot up the party, man. Like, there's some dead people in here. Hey, bro, get up. Bro, where you get shot at? You dead? Man, there's dead people in here, man. It's crazy. I mean, just like that, dog.
But I mean, you said it's from the Chi, right?
I mean, I'm not surprised.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it happens so often there that they just, some people just come complacent to it. Like, just
it's so desensitized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't know what they got to do. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, they don't give a hell. They killing each other anyway. So they carrying out the plan. They making it easy, you know. But I
Hey,
just
did that video end?
it,
I mean, yeah, it is. I stopped it.
it's probably about
Okay.
20. It's about 20.
You want to see the end of it?
No, yeah, I want to see if he came out rapping. No, just joking.
Glenn looked like, yeah, he was at the party. That's why I was like, look at Glenn. Glenn looked like
he had a black glove on. He was ready to go.
got it, the gold chain, black turtleneck, black jacket, got the little, you know, fuzzed out hair.
They call him KRS Glenn.
I just, you know.
Big up to Glenn. Tell Glenn we said what's up. We need to get Glenn on the show.
Yeah, WGN. That's one of
yeah, but you're from there, Bink. That's your hometown. So tell me what's the deal? What's going on?
It's just scary. It's just scary, man. That neighborhood is on the south side. I live on the south side. It's about a 30 block difference. That's kind of like the southwest side near the Inglewood area. And no, it says 63rd and Eberhard. That's on the southeast side. But I'm just saying, like, you know, 2 weeks ago it was carjackings. They was jacking people for their cars. And I mean, it's nothing to hear somebody got shot in Chicago. But, you know, my family is there. My mom is there. You know, it just makes you raise your eyebrows like, man, because people don't really give a hell.
So let me ask you this, though. So what is it about the summertime that just makes them turn up in Chicago? Because every summer it's like they just go on this crazy killing spree and people just be shooting. Is they ain't got no jobs? Is it the opportunity in Chicago? It ain't got nothing else to do? Talk to me out there in Chi-Town, people. What is it that makes it just every summer that's all you hear in the news?
There's so many contributing factors, man. The structure of the household ain't there. Mama and daddy ain't there together. There are so many programs cut. The parks, the recreation centers and the parks are not staffed. They don't have them programs. They don't have, you know, places for the kids to go to day camp, daycare. You know, not in all places, but some places, all those programs is cut. Because in the summertime, when I was coming up, it wasn't no, do you go to daycare? It was like, I mean, not daycare, day camp. It wasn't like, do you want to go to day camp? No, every kid in the neighborhood that was, you know, around the same age, we all walked to the neighborhood park for day camp. That's what we did. And we walked home. I can't even picture my kids walking to school now, and the school is damn near right across the street. That's how crazy it is, man. But it's just a lack of resources. Actually, lack of resources. That's a quick answer, you know. And then access to all these guns. These guns ain't just appearing. I mean, they coming from somewhere, and there have been reports where people just find a bunch of guns in the alley in a bag.
Yeah, but do you think, honestly though, like, and this is probably another conversation that we gotta have because I know we gotta get out of here. But do you think that's honestly a part of systemic racism and
absolutely,
and just the fact that you have these Republicans and other people in charge of the money and resources in not only the Chicago area but in areas like Baltimore, we have these Republican city councils that don't want to put money toward economic growth in Black communities. Don't want to put money toward community centers and stuff like that.
Absolutely, it's gentrification. It's lack of resources. I mean, it's so many things that's contributing to that. But yeah, systemic racism, another form of it under the umbrella. But you're right, that's a whole new other conversation. But I just wanted to bring that story up because that is just crazy. We so desensitized to things that happen, especially when people get shot and killed.
And we can't be. Let me say that. We can't be.
Absolutely.
Again, what you guys always say, where's Black Lives Matter? Where's all this other stuff?
Yeah, like where they at?
We can't be.
Where they at? That's a great point. Tomorrow, 8:00, same place, same time.
Is this better now, Bink? I just saw your text message.
Nah, it's still too loud. But
what about now?
It's perfect.
Now
yep. Oh. So tomorrow We'll get down. Anything we need to be talking about, like Billy, you hooked me up on that story earlier this week. Let us know. DM us at the Big Bink's Break Room podcast page, or DM us Shawnee's Instagram. Actions in the Shawnee. What's your Instagram?
On Air with Shawnee Scott.
Or Facebook page, Shawnee Scott. Mm-hmm. Action. What's your Facebook joint?
Mine would be my legal government name. Which if I told you I had to kill you, but you could always Instagram me at action _@ the Blaze on Instagram. Action _ at the Blaze on Instagram. Follow me on the gram on that one, and then you'll have every connection that you need to know. But you guys up there, tell them about if they want to get a show on Media Room 360 though, real quick.
Oh, yes. If you have content that you would like to air, if you have a show, let me say it like this. If you have a show you want to be on TV, on internet TV, then all you have to do is contact this guy right here, right there. He's our boss. He's our boss. He's over all the content that goes on the station. You reach out to him and you give him your show idea. Let's say you've never done this before. We're going to hold your hand and walk you through it and help you develop your show. And it can live right here on Media Room 360. Because outside of Facebook Live, we're also on the Roku channel, the Apple TV network, and Amazon Fire Stick. Plus, people can get you on their phone if you have iOS. Well, you either have iOS or Android. So you can take it there as well.
Yeah, because I always watch people on Instagram, and it always cracks me up when they say, like, well, I got to get ready to go. My live's getting ready to end. That won't ever happen here.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll talk about Demi Lovato going legally blind for messing with all that cocaine.
What?
Yeah, you think people got it good, these celebrities? Nah.
Oh, yeah, I got my Kevin Kirksey on today.
People got problems just like we do. And we always represent Kevin Kirksey, one of our major partners, JP Salsa, Lavish Wink, and the Star Girls. We will see y'all tomorrow as we continue to push the culture forward in the break room. Maybe.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Bet 'em in the break room. What you doing? Hey, what we doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.